actor director who was on with me Friday, I saw her at the opening. Golda Keys is her name, and you saw a lot of people. Kareem Grimes was there. Mario Van Peebles was there. Yo-Yo was there. So a lot of folks. Star-studded kind of situation. Of course, RZA and others. Lots of actors, lots of directors. So it's fun. It's going on now, and I would especially encourage you to support the art festival because I think for some folks it's getting left behind. It's at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Theater, and that is a tradition that I would hate to see die. Those of you who have been in Los Angeles for a long time remember the African Marketplace and art show that we used to have over what is now the Michelle and Barack Obama Center. Back then it was Rancho Cienega Park. Anyway, we used to have a huge African Arts and Crafts Festival there. That went away. Black Business Expo has shrunk to little or nothing. And so our institutions, the places where we can gather, the places where our vendors can sell their wares, where we can see fine arts, are dwindling. And in order to keep them thriving, in order to make sure that we show up and show out as part of the incredible landscape that is Los Angeles, we have to patronize these folks so they can thrive and continue to grow. So, yeah. Plus, you can get some great earrings. And I remember one year I did my Christmas shopping. Could be your Kwanzaa shopping or your Hanukkah or whatever you are observing. I remember one year I bought 1 or 2 gifts a month for the whole year for my family. And by the time the holidays came, I was all done, ready to go. And I was able to be really intentional about buying black. So maybe I'll do that again. I only have 2 months to catch up on, January and February. Anyways, a lot going on. Of course, already the mayor's race heating up here in LA. Looks like possibly some big, wide layoffs at the LA Unified School District, which is never, ever a good thing. And, well, we have a lot to talk about. As I said, you're welcome to call in anytime, all the time, 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
You got to laugh the pain away.
Hey, KBLA delegation, happy Black History Month. Around here, we celebrate our culture, our community, and our contributions daily. But this year, as we observe the 100th anniversary of Black History Month celebrations, we're excited about our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, honoring comedy greats. On Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA, we're toasting D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Munell, Dion Cole, and Martin Lawrence with a surprise guest appearance. A limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon remain, so now would be a good time to head to KBLA1580.com to secure one for yourself. That's KBLA1580.com. A little laughter goes a long way, especially in times like these. So come, join us for our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. Again, tickets are available right now at KBLA1580.com.
Well, I hang around my boy. He been married for 6 years. Videotaping his wedding day, never watched it. Now and every day he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Because he said he loves seeing himself take that ring back off of that finger. Walking back down that aisle, just waving at her ugly mother down the church. Getting back in the limo, back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was.
KBLA Talk 1580 thanks LA City Council members Curran D. Price Jr. and Heather Hutt for being the presenting sponsors at this year's Black History Month Luncheon. Honoring excellence, resilience, and achievement, we're KBLA Talk 1580.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
We've got a lot to talk about.
I'm Reverend Gerald, the life coach. Is someone you love struggling with addiction and mental illness? Is improving your family's health important? Want to leave a legacy that your family can grow? Are you ready to enhance your perception of life experiences? Then wake up weekends at 7 a.m. with Urban Family Focus and get the wisdom, opportunity, resources, and motivation to live your best life. Join the conversation on Urban Family Focus Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black. Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DePrima right now.
Back to Dominique DePrima, back to you. I'm really excited about our comedy show. Our annual Black History Month luncheon is always great. I mean, it's just a really top-notch event, and usually you either have to win it or you have to win it or be invited as a speaker or guest. And this time you can actually get tickets. I don't know if there's any left. I think there might be. I'm not sure, but you can go on KBLA1580.com to find out more. Also, Black Lives Matter Grassroots, which, as you know, is an organization that they're colleagues of ours here at the radio station and that I've done a lot of work with. We have an event on Friday at the Pan-African Film and Arts Festival. And if you can come. That's all I'll say, because if you miss it, it's only going down once. It's not happening again, not anytime soon. So if you can come, I'd love to see you there. It's at the Culver Theater. It's at 6:45 in the evening, and you can go on PAFF.org, and you'll see it. It just says Black Lives Matter Grassroots World Premiere. It doesn't have anything other than Black Lives Matter Grassroots World Premiere. You click on that, send you to the link. You can get tickets. I'm pretty sure it's going to sell out, although it's not sold out yet. So, like I said, if you can come. I will be there. Some surprise celebrities will be there, one or two of whom you may be able to guess, and activists, of course. And the father of Michael Brown Sr. will be there. So lots of folks that you might want to connect with. There's a talk back, which would be hosted by me. And yeah, we'll see. It's going to be that's about all I can tell you, other than come on. Ramadan Mubarak. Ramadan starts today. Lent starts today. We are now officially in the year of the fire horse. I got to get somebody that knows about that stuff to talk about that, because I have no idea. What I do know is that all this Epstein stuff is so disgusting on my timeline. It's gross. And what I've commented on before is that there's a lot more fallout in Europe than here. In Europe, heads are rolling. People are losing their jobs. They're stepping down. Here it's starting to happen. It's only in business so far. Hasn't really hit politics much. Looks like the LA 28 committee is sticking by Casey Wasserman, who's the chair of the Olympics board here, but he is selling his agency, a talent agency, which includes sports, music, entertainment. Rowan Chappelle had quit the agency because Wasserman is in the Epstein files. And what he said is that it was becoming too much of a distraction. So he stepped down and he's selling it. And that's a big, big deal in Hollywood because this is a huge agency with a lot of giant names like Brad Pitt that they manage, right? So a little bit of seismic activity here in Hollywood around the Epstein files. But and I'm not saying I've read all 3 million pages because I surely haven't. Mostly what I get is an excerpt here and an excerpt there. I will not be reading. I'm not going to dedicate 3 million pages worth of my life to reading about how this ultra wealthy cabal of weird white men, abuse children and young women, mostly children. I don't, in the creepy stuff, which I'm sure you're reading too. It feels so gross and dirty because why are there no consequences? Why do you get to allegedly eat babies and allegedly rape children and carry on with your life? Be president or be in the cabinet. It's really quite remarkable the way that this is just being a big nothing burger here. Although I believe it will keep, because with so many pages, more and more weird stuff comes out, drip, 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 and it's grosser and grosser. Anyway, I say all of that to say that tomorrow, Dr. Gail Wyatt will be with us. And she is a sex therapist as well as a psychologist. She is the author of Stolen Women, has done a lot of work around trauma and rape and reclaiming our power as women. And I am so interested to see how she can help us process all this stuff. Because I swear, that's why I call it the Epstein triggers. Because I swear that it's impacting us. I think everyone is traumatized. I think we, the United States of America especially, are collectively traumatized. The rest of the world is already laughing at us because our president is allegedly very low IQ, allegedly very erratic, allegedly incontinent, and demented. But now you add the Epstein on top of that, we look like a decaying empire, like Louis the 14th with rats in his wig. We look disgusting. And so I do think that there's some trauma in that. I hope you're okay. I know I want to process it, and hopefully you will join us for that. Okay, we're having one of those mornings around here. My computer just went down, but it's all good. You are welcome to call me, 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. That is the number to call. I love so much that Spain is now sending humanitarian aid to Cuba. Spain, not known to be a communist country, not known to be really a progressive country in that sense. But because the Trump administration has cut off oil supplies to the island because of seizing the Venezuelan island, the Venezuelan nation, not an island, but a whole nation, it cut off all the oil and gas to Cuba, which is already under blockade from the United States, literally freezing and starving people to death, where they can't drive around, where they can't move their produce and commerce around the island. It was bad enough as it was because they've been under blockade by the United States for 60 years. Now, if you look at a map, you'll see that Cuba is right next to the United States. I mean, it is really, literally, people have swam here before. And so the fact of having this world mega superpower right next door to you that's blocking your blessings for 60 years, yeah, you're going to be run down. You're going to be low in resources. And then when you lose big allies like Venezuela, which had been supplying them with oil, like Zimbabwe, which is now also being sanctioned by the West, making it very difficult for anybody to live there, for supplies to go in and out, any of that stuff. People are starving and freezing. And so good on Spain for stepping up. I was actually pleasantly surprised to see that. And I'm hoping that means that the rest of the world is going to be stepping up to fill in gaps as they see the United States going into total psychotic free fall, bipolar something. Our democracy is going off the rails. But people are fighting back, and the people are the answer. And I always say that because I don't want us to go into crazy town. I give up. Once we give up, that's where the real problems come in. As long as we, the people, continue to fight, we will have our wins. And we are expecting fights for sure here in Los Angeles. The school board voted yesterday to lay off up to 650 people. They sent out 3,200 notices that you might lose your job. But what is being reported here is that it's going to be closer to 600 jobs. Still, that's a lot of jobs, a lot of families. The labor unions, of course, are taking a stand against that. And we have a huge school district here in LA, but 600 staff members is going to make a dent. It's not going to be a good thing, not only for our economy, but for the schools themselves. And it's weird because it's true that the LAUSD has this $5 billion reserve. I understand you want to have a reserve. You got the largest school district in the country, but why would you lay off 600 people when you have reserves that could cover them for a significant period of time? The superintendent Carvalho says, well, because we're spending more than we're taking in. So figure out other cuts or find out how to bring in more, and then float those people for a while you figure it out. He says the reserve will disappear within 3 years because the district is spending more than it is taking in. Well, you could take a wee tiny salary cut. I think the superintendent makes something like $500,000, more than that, per year. I know Carvalho got a fat package when they brought him from Florida. We can cut down on all these consultants. I feel like the consultants at the college and the elementary, secondary school level are eating up so much of the budget. All these administrators and consultants, when what we need are teachers, counselors, the people on the ground, with the kids, the lunch ladies and security and counselors and teachers and assistant teachers and arts teachers and PE teachers. It's really interesting to see this superintendent came in much acclaimed because of things that he had accomplished in Miami. But as lots of people learned the hard way, LA is not the East Coast. It's not Northern Cali. It's a whole different beast. But what you're doing is you're prioritizing something, I don't know what, over workers, right? Because we have this massive 18 billion, no, not 18. I think it might be 1.8. It's a huge budget, annual budget. No, it's 18. Geesh. $18.8 billion budget. and you've got a $5 billion savings account, but you want to lay off 650 people. That to me says something about your priorities, and it's not the children. We've got news, traffic, and sports. You're welcome to call me, 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Michael Jordan is celebrating his first Daytona 500 win.
Great strategy by the team, and we gave ourselves a chance at the end. And look, I'm ecstatic.
Tyler Reddick took the checkered flag for Jordan's 2311 racing team, breaking through on the final lap for the organization's 9th NASCAR Cup victory. Reverend Al Sharpton is paying emotional tribute to his mentor, the late Reverend Jesse Jackson. Sharpton called Jackson a consequential and transformative leader who changed this nation and the world, saying Jackson kept the dream alive and taught young people from broken homes, including him, that their spirits were never broken. And Celtic star Jaylen Brown says he was targeted by Beverly Hills police after the officer shut down his All-Star Weekend event. Police say he needed a permit, but Brown insists it was a leadership panel at a reasonable hour, not a party. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Visit the new Hard Rock Casino Tejon for the Kilo of Gold giveaway. Drawings every Thursday in February. Visit Hard Rock Casino Tejon, the easiest drive from downtown LA. The excitement starts here at the new Hard Rock Casino Tejon.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
I went to my first high school basketball game in California Tuesday night and wound up seeing one of the best players in the country. I found out later in the first quarter that the kid is number 5 in the nation on ESPN's Top 100 for the class of 2026. The kid is Jason Crow Jr., a 6'4", smooth-shooting left-handed guard at Inglewood High. I know now why Crow is a top 5 prospect. He dropped 45 points last night to lead Inglewood to an 82-69 win over Anaheim Fairmont Prep in the Division I semifinals. 24 of his 45 points last night came on 3-pointers. Crow has one of the smoothest strokes for a jumper I've ever seen on the high school level, and I've seen my share of high school legends while growing up in Chicago. Crow is going to Missouri in the fall. How in the world did USC and UCLA let a kid like this get out of their backyard? No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Angela was. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $80,000. Felicia was having health problems, got behind on her taxes, interest and penalties were adding up. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $15,000. Civic Tax Relief is a professional tax negotiation firm that can protect you from the IRS. If you're getting collection letters, call Civic Tax Relief for a free consultation. They will go to work helping you discover all the relief programs you may qualify for free. James owed the IRS $37,000. Civic Tax Relief represented him against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, he did not owe the IRS anything. If you are in trouble with the IRS, call Civic Tax Relief for your free consultation now. 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257. Get a free consultation and real tax relief. Call 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you
with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African Americans together, lead charitable initiatives on the motherland, and educate people from all walks of life on the beauty, legacy, and opportunity of Africa's 54 nations. And it's that time once again when African Focus is teaming up with KBLA Talk 1580 for our 8th annual African Focus Trailblazers Tour. Travel with us in 2026 when we're headed to the southern African nations of Zambia and Botswana for a historical, cultural, and vacation tour led by me, Dominique DePrima, Cultural Ambassador for African Focus Incorporated. Enjoy luxurious accommodations, conscious fellow travelers, shopping, adventures, cultural tours, wildlife safaris, and a giant waterfall, one of the world's 7 wonders, along with a chance to be of service at an orphanage on the continent. Become an AFI trailblazer by exploring the motherland with a nonprofit organization that has members in Africa and America to help roll out the red carpet for you, and together we'll make a difference and have fun doing it. For more information, visit africanfocus.org or call 310-676-7300. That's 310-676-7300 or africanfocus.org. Whether it's stateside or exploring the diaspora, we're with you every step of the way. African Focus and KBLA Talk 1580. Come go with us.
What make you? Yeah.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate you being here. So, yeah, the Black History Month lunch is next week, and hopefully you will join us there. If not, I'll tell you all about it. There's so much talent to celebrate here in LA. It's going to be amazing. All right, so more rain. I guess we're getting the weekend off, though. They had said it was going to be all week, but you know how it is. It changes every minute. It was coming down hard last night, but the people came out anyway for the Pan-African Film and Arts Festival. I was proud of us because here in LA, we don't really do rain and sleet and all that stuff. We did it. Everyone was out. Everyone was looking fly. And I am going to be hitting those movies again today, but not at night because I need some sleep, y'all. And I'm not going to lecture us, but sleep is one of the most important things you can have. So Adam Schiff, who is, I would call a moderate senator, I should say, from California. Remember, he beat Barbara Lee, he beat Katie Porter, he became the senator that finally permanently filled the seat that was won by Kamala Harris when she went to be vice president. He has now endorsed Representative Eric Swalwell for the 2026 governor seat. That didn't surprise me, but he made the announcement. He was on the House Intelligence Committee with Swalwell when he was in Congress, and they were impeachment managers. They were leading that impeachment, one of the impeachment efforts during the first Trump term, and of course Schiff was the leader of that team, and Swalwell worked under him. And Swalwell managed the second impeachment. So he's strong on going at Trump, which a lot of people are looking for right now, I guess. Especially they're seeing the way that our Governor Gavin Newsom is going at Trump, and they think this is a good look for them. But I think it's important for us to scratch beneath the surface and not just say, okay, handsome, telegenic, white guy who goes at the president toe to toe and looks good on the national stage. We've got to look at his actual policies. And that's the reason I started off by saying Schiff is pretty much of a moderate. Schiff is a Democrat. He did go hard at Trump and continues to go hard at Trump. But he's also, very moderate on some issues. And so I think that's where you can place Swalwell in the centrist, maybe even a little bit to the right of Schiff. He was pro Proposition 36 here in California, which was very much a lock 'em up, throw away the key, throwback kind of legislation that was passed by California voters based on fear. Okay, we have her on the phone now. Okie dokie. So I'm going to take that Adam Schiff endorsement with a grain of salt, and I encourage you to do the same. Happy birthday going out to Dr. Dre. Today's his birthday, and also to my godmother, the late Audre Lorde, is also having a birthday today. It is pattern-breaking Black people birthday month. That's how I see it here in February, in Black History Month. So we are being joined right now by a woman who has worked tirelessly to put things back when it comes to Altadena, the Pasadena area, and the harm that they suffered there in those fires a little over a year ago. She's the president of an organization called Neighborhood Survants, which has been delivering aid, helping people get placed in homes, finding folks who still need that help, even though they might not know where to turn, and much more. Michelle White, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are we?
Oh, I'm blessed. How are you doing?
Oh, good.
So, where we are now, 13, 14, almost 14 months out from those devastating fires. Do you feel like, I know you're doing the real hard work on the ground. Do you feel the progress? Do you feel any progress? Do you feel like you're treading water at this point?
Nope. I feel hopeful, and I do feel like we're moving somewhere. For what I do on a daily basis, I get to interact with survivors every day in the store that I help run, in the warehouse that I run. So, you get to hear the specific stories of, like, they're meeting with their builder, or I can see them at the table with their plans, and you can see them walk away with a big smile on their face that they're getting something that, they got to add a porch, or, the driveway that they always wanted is now, going to be able to be poured. So I do see, a lot of progress going. Obviously, I try to stay far away from the politics because it's frustrating and it's so much going on. But on the flip side, I obviously keep my ear to the ground when I'm hearing some of them come to me and out of frustration because, there's still so much of us that haven't gotten, funding to rebuild, or still looking for, an outlet that will help them. But we are coming across a lot more organizations that are coming and saying they'll build 50 homes or 100 homes.
Really?
And that's exciting. Yeah. I have some organizations, they don't want us to tell us who the funder is. But when they come to us, they'll basically say, hey, we're looking for, I just had it yesterday, we're looking for 10 people that are willing to let us build their house for free. And obviously it comes with, some, parameters. It has to be certain things. that fit into that bucket that they're willing to pay for. But that's exciting. Now, I don't know what the house looks like. I don't know if it's going to be, some people have a style of home. Altadena had very different buildings that were standing. And so maybe you don't get the Johnson Cottage, which is a popular a house that a lot of people had or want to go back to. But I think at this point, when you're talking about like 13, 14 months out, am I willing to take, and not to no one's making them have a shack compared to a 4-bedroom, but it might not be that Johnson Cottage style that you had before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of our seniors are getting some of the prefabs. The prefabs are affordable, can be done in 45 days.
Really?
So that's exciting to see. I went and looked at a bunch of them. I mean, amazing what, architects have put together now. They're not that, old school mobile home looking thing where they look like they slid 2 pieces of a house together and there's something down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
We walked into a couple of them and we couldn't even tell where the adjoining line was. So I see progress. Obviously, we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
But with, a lot of our organizations, we're staying, toe to toe, hand to hand to walk through this, no matter what the next, the next no is. We'll find a way to figure it out. So that's exciting for me. But yes, we're still a ways away. We got 14 homes built.
Wow.
And I think out of 6,000 home structures that were damaged and burned down, you think 14 doesn't sound like a lot.
It doesn't.
Palisade does, but Palisade doesn't have one. So, we're excited we're moving. The permit process for LA, for Altadena, is moving faster than for in the Palisades. So we're excited. I think I looked yesterday, we have 1,800 permits granted. So, that's a big number. We just now need to make sure that there's enough funding, for the homes and for our homeowners to be able to get, the funding. But like I said, when you have organizations coming in now saying, we would like to buy 50 here, 50 there, those 50 here and 100 there, it will turn into 200, 300, 400. Of those are just mostly uninsured. A lot of those are
That's what I was going to ask you. So the folks who probably own their homes outright, so therefore they weren't required to have insurance.
Yep.
Wow, which probably are long-time residents.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, do you think it's because of the
about
publicity? Do you think it's because, they all these nonprofits raised money off Altadena and now they're trying to give it back? Why do you think that's happening now?
I think it's just, and we feel like we're behind, obviously, but I think what you're seeing is that it's just, we are diligent about making sure that we're not forgotten, even if we're not on the news or we're not, the headline, news story. We, as the community and our little smaller organizations and our bigger ones, have come together and said, we've got to make this happen, and we're not stopping. And so, I run the Eat and Fire Collaboratory, which is a building that is just for survivors. So it's a very large office building that has a free store for survivors, a warehouse, and then we have 40 offices that nonprofits work out of, plus we meet once a month, and there's over 200 nonprofits that come together for this rebuild effort.
That's amazing.
So, there might be somebody that's there's people that are just dealing with the dirt. There's people that are just dealing with construction and buying product. There's people that are doing mental health. So we've all come together, and instead of us all trying to fight one battle, we said, okay, this is my strong suit. I'm going to stay over here. This is your strong. We're going to stay over there. But together, we come together once a month, and this is what we're tackling. And so I think that's where it's working for us. We're coming together no matter what and saying, we're not going to go away. We're going to stay here, and we're going to figure it out. So like an unmet needs table that has 20 pages long of, still people needing certain things, we all come together and figure out how we can take one of those things off that page.
Yeah.
And if it's, it's just even at working towards getting something off the page is the progress. So we used to always say at work, go out and be 1% better today. And if every day we're all working on being 1% or getting 1% of something off that page, that's a win for us every single day. So we're seeing a lot more wins. And I think that's where you're seeing the progress of Altadena is going to probably just kick into gear pretty soon. And then we'll be having more stories. The next time I'm on, it'll be, if we got 14 houses, Bill, next time I talk to you, might be 75. And then 75 turns into, you know what I'm saying? So I think that we'll start to see a little bit more wins in the rebuild and people going back home. And I think that's where we're at.
Michelle White is our guest for the rest of the hour. She's with an organization called Neighborhood Servants. We'll continue the convo when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well-trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Getting around LA doesn't have to cost a lot. Metro has fares that fit every budget. 20 free rides for qualified riders through the Life Fare program. Free passes for students with GoPass and affordable options for everyone in between. Wherever you're going, Metro's got you covered. Visit metro.net/fare programs.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
Michelle White from the organization known as Neighborhood Servants, Servants with a U, has been on the ground since day one, just trying to put her community back together, family by family, house by house. Are you still finding people that, haven't started the process at all, or that are living in cars, or that are totally at a loss?
Yes, we just found a guy living in his car down at one of the parks, and you just kind of ask, like, how long have you been here? Like, where did you not fall into, someone's case management? And he basically said he just didn't want to be another number, and he didn't want to put the burden onto somebody else, and he felt like maybe we should give our resources to maybe an elderly. So he's been living in his car, and all he asked me for was, can I help him get a job? And so at the collaboratory, we do have Department of Opportunity that comes in, and we have somebody that sits at a desk, and we're hiring back survivors. And I said, can I please put you in case management so I can get you at least in a hotel till we could figure it out? He said, I'm fine just where I'm at.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay. But then there is still our families that are living on their property. A lady came in yesterday. She's getting a motorhome next week, and she would like to stay on her property so that she can watch the rebuild. But she feels like just coming back and staying on her property in an RV makes her feel like she's back, even if it's not in her home. And so I think there's some programs that are helping get the RVs put back on in the streets and help our residents, why they're starting the rebuild process, be a part of that and see the progress that they're getting and getting them out of, some people are living in either out of state. We have San Diego, we have Arizona's, we have people that call in all the time, just trying to get some information why they're trying to navigate this out of state or very far away. And that's probably, I couldn't imagine, trying to call in about a problem that you have that you're in Arizona,
right?
Or you can't put eyes on your property to know, you might see something or hear something on, one of the social media pages about something happening in the city, and you can't put your eyes on to say, is this my property? Or is it, is it going on my street? So I could imagine that could be rather difficult.
Stressful.
But, there is a ton. We still have a lot. We still have tons living in motels. I couldn't imagine that either, but there's still a lot that are still very far away, just because of different reasons, logistical reasons. You lived with your grandmother all these years. Nothing was in your name. You're maybe not even a renter. You just, what we did as a family, that's what everybody did. We all lived at the grandmother's house. And now you try to file for anything that doesn't really have your name on it, or you don't have a title or a deed. Maybe grandma's not here anymore. Those things are very hard to navigate. But, we're starting to see that as something that we're trying to tackle. Again, 1% of us, let's just tackle this weird, you don't fit into any bucket. There's a lot of those weird stories that, us as African American families understand that it's just, that's the way we lived. But the government doesn't look at it as, oh, you lived at your grandma's house and you guys didn't pay rent and you don't have this. And so there's some of us that just will help tackle those hard cases. And then, there's the other ones that are, there's so many seniors that just, they don't know that they want to go through this very long process of a rebuild. When you're 80 years old, you're not sure, especially if you don't have a lot of family. We don't have enough help for our seniors that can navigate this with somebody when they don't have other family members here. And we got to find those seniors so that we can stand with them toe to toe and hold their hand through this, and even tell them, you can do this. We'll get you through it. We're not encouraging anybody that this isn't it's too much. Maybe they have family that is somewhere else, and at their age, they want to probably go live with somebody that is a family member, and we understand that too. So we're not pushing people to do something that's very uncomfortable. But if there's any way, especially of our Black families, that any way that we can keep that property in Altadena in our Black families' name, legacy, those are things that we really want to work on, helping that mainstream that through the process too.
If somebody's listening that needs help and has been thinking similar to that guy in the car that you just talked to the other day, what would you recommend that they do?
So our Eaton Fire Collaborative is at 540 West Woodbury. So it's right where FEMA and all your insurance companies were when we first started the fire, is right on Woodbury. So it was a one-stop there, and now we're the one-stop shop again. But we come in a different capacity because that was more traumatic. Now we're wrapping our hands around everybody that comes to the front door. So we have everything from toilet paper to rebuild. You can actually touch and feel construction product and everything in between. So anybody that's looking for a job, anybody that's looking for resources, grants, anything that you can think of pretty much lives. And if we don't have an answer for it, we're probably partnering with somebody that does. So we would ask everybody just to come by. We open 9 to 5 every day. We have extended hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays because our store is open. Our Survivor store, where you can shop for free every Tuesdays and Thursdays, is open till 7 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then one Saturday a month, on the third Saturday, the store is open. But if you're looking for a job, if you're looking for answers, you have a piece of paper that maybe you got in the mail that you don't understand what it actually means, something maybe about your property or a piece of paper you filed, there's an answer to be found in our space. And if we can't find it, we will get on the phone or we'll get one of our partners to help us navigate what that is. Right now, we're struggling with taxes. A lot of our survivors, this is that first year of taxes. How do you file taxes? What do you claim? What do you don't claim? Was a donation to you a gift? Someone gave you a gift card? Those are the questions that a lot of survivors are struggling with, and we don't have a lot of tax help for our survivors. So we're looking for some tax help and legal help. You don't know if this quote that you're getting for construction, is it correct? Is it legit?
Right.
Should I pay this? We don't have we need someone to sit in that collaboratory every day and answer those questions right now, because that's what we're faced right now with. We're not asking anybody to say, go to my tax guy or your tax guy. Just answer what is legal. What should you?
Yeah.
I think the bigger one is you got a lot of donations in the beginning. You got a lot of gift cards. You walked in. You stood in a lot of lines. How do you claim that? What do you say
Absolutely.
about those?
Well, we're going to have to leave it there, Michelle White, but neighborhood servants, you can find them, servants with a U, on Instagram. Donate. Let's not forget about our brothers and sisters in Altadena. KBLA Talk.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, KBLA 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Michael Jordan is celebrating his first Daytona 500 win.
Great strategy by the team, and we gave ourselves a chance at the end, and look, I'm ecstatic.
Tyler Reddick took the checkered flag for Jordan's 2311 racing team, breaking through on the final lap for the organization's 9th NASCAR Cup victory. Reverend Al Sharpton is paying emotional tribute to his mentor, the late Reverend Jesse Jackson. Sharpton called Jackson a consequential and transformative leader who changed this nation and the world, saying Jackson kept the dream alive and taught young people from broken homes, including him, that their spirits were never broken. And Celtic star Jaylen Brown says he was targeted by Beverly Hills police after the officers shut down his All-Star Weekend event. Police say he needed a permit, but Brown insists it was a leadership panel at a reasonable hour, not a party. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Visit the new Hard Rock Casino Tejon for the Kilo of Gold giveaway. Drawings every Thursday in February. Visit Hard Rock Casino Tejon, the easiest drive from downtown LA. The excitement starts here at the new Hard Rock Casino Tejon.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
I went to my first high school basketball game in California Tuesday night and wound up seeing one of the best players in the country. I found out later in the first quarter that the kid is number 5 in the nation on ESPN's Top 100 for the class of 2026. The kid is Jason Crow Jr., a 6'4", smooth-shooting left-handed guard at Inglewood High. I know now why Crow is a top 5 prospect. He dropped 45 points last night to lead Inglewood to an 82-69 win over Anaheim Fairmont Prep in the Division I semifinals. 24 of his 45 points last night came on 3-pointers. Crow has one of the smoothest strokes for a jumper I've ever seen on the high school level, and I've seen my share of high school legends while growing up in Chicago. Crow is going to Missouri in the fall. How in the world did USC and UCLA let a kid like this get out of their backyard? No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with the world. African Focus Incorporated is a community-based organization whose mission is to bring Africans and African